Hi everyone, I'm Ritika. Today we are going to do a Vinyasa practice that will bring strength and stability in the body. So let's begin. Grab two blocks if you have them, put them at the front of your mat, and let's come into child's pose. So taking your knees wide, the feet together, sending your hips towards your heels and just letting the head come down. Taking a few breaths here in your child's pose. With every inhale and exhale, noticing how the breath enters and exits the body. With every inhale, expanding through the belly, the ribs, and the chest. And with every exhale, just releasing towards the ground. Feel free to come to child's pose at any point during this practice. Every time I give breathing cues, know that they are just suggestions. So feel free to breathe at your own pace. Right. Come on to hands and knees. Hands right under shoulders and knees right under the hips. Finding a nice stable foundation here. So you're pressing into the hands, moving the chest away from the floor, looking a couple of inches in front of the hands. On the next inhale, arching through the lower back, the mid back, and the upper back, looking in front. Exhale, lift the belly up, let the head go, and round the spine. Inhale to open the chest, taking a few rounds of cat-cow here. Exhale to round through the back. Make these movements slow and as smooth as possible. Inhale to open the chest. Notice where the opening is coming from. So make sure it moves through the entire spine. And then as you exhale, again lifting the belly up, rounding through the spine, letting the head go. Give the head a few nods here. Inhale, open the chest. And on the next exhale, find a neutral spine. So we're not arching or rounding through the back here. We're lengthening through the spine from the crown of the head to the tailbone. On the next inhale, extend through that right foot and tuck the toes. And then rocking the weight forward and back. So as you rock forward, you get really light on your toes, and as you move back, the toes stuck. As you move forward, you get light. As you move back, the toes stuck. On the next forward rock, come onto the top of your foot. And as you rock back, tuck the toes. Forward, come to the top of the foot. So we're just stretching through the foot here. As you rock back, tuck the toes. Come back to center. And then lift that right leg up. So we're not opening our hips here. We're trying to keep the leg really strong and straight. And as you exhale, bend that right knee and bring that right knee towards the outside of that right arm. And then send it back. Let's do that 2 more times. Bend the right knee, open that hip, bring that right knee towards that outside edge of the right arm, send it back. And 1 more time, bend the right knee, take that right knee towards the outside edge of the right arm, send it back, and then bring it back down. Great. Stay here for a breath. And then extend through that left foot. Tuck the toes on that left side. And then just rocking forward and back. Feel free to take rest if your arms get tired. So on the next rock forward, we'll come on to the top of the foot again. And as you rock back, tuck the toes. Forward to come on the top of the foot. Back to tuck the toes. 1 more time. And then back as you tuck the toes, coming back to center. Lift that left leg up again, keeping the hips in the same line here. And as you exhale, bend that left knee and bring that left knee towards the outside edge of that left arm. And send it back. Bend it, bring it to the left, bring it to the outside edge of the left arm, send it back. Lots of words here. And then bend it again towards that left arm, send it back. And then bring it back down to meet the right leg. Stay here for a breath. And then as you exhale, take your hips towards your heels. Bring your arms on either side of your hips and just release here in child's pose. 2 breaths here in child's pose. On the next inhale, come onto hands and knees. And then we're going to move into downward facing dog. So increase your stance if you need to. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up, sending the hips up and away from the floor, sending the chest towards the thighs here. Keep the knees bent. Find that extension through the spine first and then maybe straighten through both legs. Staying here for a breath. Really pressing into the hands, keeping the arms away from the ears here. And then walking to the front of the mat. Exhale to fold. Stay here for a breath. Feel free to hold on to opposite elbows and bend your knees. Really releasing through the spine. And then release the arms down and roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Take your time. When you reach the top, roll the shoulders up and back down. One more time. And then bring the arms by your side. Great. On the next inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Inhale, take your hands to the shins. Press into the hands and find a long spine from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Exhale, bring your hands down and move your legs back, come into tabletop. And then from here, find a nice strong foundation, hands right under the shoulders. Send the legs back, come into plank. So keep the legs really strong here. You're looking in front of your hands. Keeping the legs strong, the hips are in line with the shoulders. Take one more breath here. And as you exhale, bring the knees down and keep the pelvis tucked in a little bit. Lower all the way down to the floor. Come onto the tops of the feet. Keep your hands where they are or bring them in front of you, coming onto your fingertips. As you inhale, lift the head, neck, and chest up. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale, lift the head, neck, and chest up. Keep the legs strong here if you can. Exhale, lower your head down. One more time. Lift the head, neck, and chest up. Exhale, lower down. Bring your hands right under the shoulders. Press into the hands. Come on to the knees. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Making sure that the feet are as wide as the hips here and not too wide. Making sure that the hands are as wide as the shoulders. The neck is relaxed. 2 more breaths here. Notice where the mind goes. Noticing the breath. And then on the next exhale, walk your feet to the front. Take your hands to the shins. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale, press into the feet and come all the way up. Arms reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's do that again. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Inhale, take your hands to the shins for a long spine. Exhale, plant your hands down and move to plank, whichever way you like. Take a breath in plank. Keep it strong. Keep pushing the chest away from the floor. Exhale, bring the knees down, keeping that pelvis tucked. Take an inhale here. Exhale, lower all the way down. Now here's the challenge. You can stay here or push yourself back up again with your knees down. One more time. Exhale all the way down. Keep the knees on the ground. Push yourself back up. One more time. Exhale all the way down. Okay, let's do that one more time. Push yourself back up. Keep the abs really strong. One more time, all the way down. Now you can come on to the tops of the feet. Keep your hands where they are or bring them out in front of you. Press into the hands. Lift the head, neck, and chest for a baby cobra. Keep the legs strong. Exhale to lower. Press into the hands. Come on to the knees. Downward facing dog. Again, finding your down dog. Finding a strong foundation. Finding your moment of rest. Taking nice deep breaths here. And walking to the front of the mat. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Press into the feet, come all the way up. Arms reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Great. Inhale, arms reach up, bend your knees and come into chair pose. So the knees are bent, you should be able to see your toes. You're pressing into your heels and arms are reaching up. Sit low in your chair. And then as you exhale, bring your hands down to your heart or to your waist. Send the weight to the right leg and lift the left leg up and send it back. So you're in a lunge. It's totally okay if you wobble. Now take your hands to the hips and just make sure that they're in the same line. So both the hips are facing forward. You're pressing nice and deep into your right leg and the back leg is strong too. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, bring that left knee down and bring that left arm down into the mat. Feel free to use a block. So take that left hand on the block, lift through that right arm up and over, coming into a twist. Make sure that the right knee stays over the right ankle. Keep your gaze wherever is comfortable for you and breathe. Exhale, bring that right hand down, lift up through that left leg, and then bring that left foot to meet the right. Inhale, arms reach up, chair pose. Take your hands to your heart or to your waist, sending the weight to the left for this time, and lifting and sending the right leg back. Then bringing the right knee down, arms reach up. As you exhale, bring that right hand to the ground or to your block. Lift up through the left arm, coming into a twist. Again, adjust your gaze where your neck feels comfortable today. Breathe. Relax through the face, through the jaw. And as you exhale, bring that left hand down. Lift through that right foot and bring the right to meet the left. Exhale to fold. Folding over both legs here. Take your hands to the lower back, interlace your fingers and lift up and over through the arms. Make sure that the elbows have a micro bend in them so that we don't hyperextend. Let the head go. And breathe. And then slowly bring the hands back down. Bend your knees a lot and then rolling all the way up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Coming all the way up. Staying here for a breath. Great. We'll now move into tree pose. So this time we'll do something different. We'll move into it from an active place. So we're going to press into both feet really strongly. Find that nice foundation. And then send our weight to that left leg. Then we're going to make the right foot really light and bring that right foot forward any amount. So it doesn't have to be too high. Then we're going to bend the right knee, open that right hip, and then take that right foot wherever it falls naturally. So to the inner shin of the left foot or to the inner thigh of the left foot. And then adjust. Let your hand help your foot, especially if it's close to the left knee. Take your hands to heart or bring the arms all the way up. And stay for a breath. Find your drishti. And notice all those fluctuations of the mind. They begin to disappear when you're focusing on balancing. And then bring your hands to heart. Bring the right knee forward and set the right foot down. Great. So let's do that again. Let both legs balance out. Then send your weight to that right foot. Make the left leg really light. Bring the left leg in front, any amount. Bend the left knee, open the left hip, taking it to the inner shin of the right foot or to the inner thigh. And then just help it. And then once you find your stable standing, take your hands to the heart or move the arms up. It's totally okay to wobble. And then finding a point to focus on. Really noticing the breath. Noticing the chatter. Exhale, bring the hands to heart and release the leg down. Great. Let's come on to sit on the mat. So feel free to come down as you'd like. And if you do need some padding or a block right under your seat, please take it. So I want you to come into a nice comfortable seat with your legs in front. We are going to help our spine by taking our hands right by the hips. And we'll be leaning a little bit back. We'll be using our hands to keep the spine long. And the legs are in front. So feel free to keep the knees a little bit bent if the hamstrings feel tight. Take a breath here. The shoulders are still relaxing down. Lift the right leg up. Any amount, it doesn't have to be too high. Bend the right knee, open the right hip, and then set the right foot down. So you're almost in that Janur Shirshasana pose. Then lift the right leg up as is, straighten it and rest it right next to the left. Lift the left foot up, bend the left knee, open the left hip and set it down. Then lift the left foot up, straighten it and rest it back. Right leg goes up, bend the right knee, open the right hip, set it down. Lift the right leg up, straighten it and set it back. One more time. Lift the left leg up, bend the left knee, open the hip, set it down. Lift the left leg up, straighten it and rest it back. Great. So now we're warmed up for our Baddha Konasana. Lift the right leg up, bend the right knee, open the hip and then rest the right foot. Lift the left leg, bend the left knee, open the hip and set the feet together. So this time the soles are touching. Use your hands still to keep you propped up. Nice long spine here. It's totally okay if the knees are up. Use blocks or some padding under the thighs if this feels too uncomfortable. You can also increase the distance between you and the soles of the feet. So do what feels good. Long spine, and as you exhale, fold forward. Coming forward any amount. Closing your eyes, you can also make two fists and just rest your forehead. Just becoming mindful of the breath. For the next few breaths, really listening to the body without assuming anything. Listening to the mind without judging anything. And then slowly come up. Bring the knees together. Hug the knees into the chest. And let's come to lie down on our backs. So slowly making your way all the way down. Keeping the knees hugged in, if that feels good. Great. Lengthening through the left leg. Keep hugging the right knee into the chest. And then taking the right knee across, coming into a twist. Bringing both arms on the floor so the shoulders are on the ground. Arms can be in T or cactus. And then coming back to center, hugging the right knee, straightening it. Hugging the left knee into the chest and taking the left knee across, coming into a twist on this side. Taking a deep breath into the body. And then coming back to center, hugging the left knee into the chest, then hugging both knees in and just releasing them, coming into Shavasana. Arms by your side, legs away from each other. You can move the neck side to side and just find a comfortable central position. Just becoming an observer now. Bhranti Darshan, which is another obstacle to yoga as mentioned by Patanjali, speaks to illusions and assumptions that we create, that we cannot see through when our mind is too busy. When we start assuming and judging without truly being present to the reality at hand. The practice of being an observer, the practice of listening without judgment, the practice of being still will certainly help clear the clouds of illusion. Taking a deep breath, wiggling the fingers and toes, moving the head from side to side. Taking your arms up and giving yourself a nice stretch. And then turning on to one side. Pressing into hands and slowly coming up to seated. Taking your hands to the heart. Thanking yourself for practicing. I'm going to chant one Om at the next inhale. Feel free to join or listen. Om. Namaste.